Hey guys, so this is going to be a reading wrap up. I never do this, but just figured I sat down earlier to record a video, and I just was all over the place. I have a headache currently, and I was going to do my January wrap up, February TBR. You'll get that a little bit later. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I was having a really hard time just making myself clear. I just couldn't do it. So what I'll do is I'll give you a wrap up on what I've been doing this week, what I've got coming up, and things I'm just excited to read, things I'm working on. Currently, I finished The Washington A Life by Ron Chernow, and I'm writing out notes for the live stream. So keep this on your calendar. I'm doing tons of research, tons of notes, trying to find some pictures. We're going to do the live stream. Everybody's invited. If you've read the book, if you've watched the documentary, just love to just talk with people about. I had huge misconceptions about who George Washington was. I have a ton of thoughts. And I just want to talk with you guys. I think you can have 6 people on at one time, but you can have people waiting in a waiting room. So if you've got something you're like, hey, I'd really love to talk at this point, I can, move some people around. I'm down for it. But February 18th, 9 p.m. Eastern, because that's where I live. So math may have to be done to figure out exactly what time it is on your time frame, but I will put a link in the description for the Discord. You can join that, and when the day of, about an hour before, I'm going to put a link to StreamYard, and we will do that live stream. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think anybody's going to have fun joining it. It's not like a fiction book where spoilers or all that. I mean, George Washington was a historical figure. You can learn something about him just by joining us on the live stream. So please do. If you're interested, let me know in the Discord. I'd love to have you, and I'm super excited for that when it comes up. Trying to think. Working on Wizard and Glass. I've got it right here. I was having a hard time physically reading books. I was doing Guardians of the Moon, and I was like, I gotta get to Wizard and Glass. I've got to finish Dark Tower. And so what I did is I bought this on Audible. And Frank Muller is one of the best audiobook narrators out there. Just hands down, one of the greatest audiobook narrators. He's done almost all the Dark Tower and a few other Stephen King books. And he tragically died in a car accident. And I don't think he got a chance to finish the series, but I really, really love how he does this. This has been good. Worked on Mouse a little bit, which is the graphic novel. I've got it right here. This one is an easy read. It's done in a cartoonist style, so when you look at it, it's very good. It's the kind of conversation you would have with your father, where he's telling you things about his life. He's telling you things about your mother. I just love the way it's done. I really, really am enjoying it. Reading a little bit of it at a time. Kind of went through and picked a couple books for the TBR for next month. I'll talk about them a little bit, but I've got. Oh! Check this out. I am pulling Player of Games off the TBR. So going forward, I'm going to take this back to the library. I'm just not in the mindset to read it right now. I couldn't get there. I don't know what was going on in my head, but I could not get into this one. So it's going back to the library. I'm going to read it eventually. I've actually heard it's one of his better books. This, the Culture, it says it right here, Culture novel. One of his better that I've heard. So I enjoyed Consider Phoebus, but I didn't love it. And so it's hard for me to look at this book coming up and go, oh, I'm going to love that. Well, I didn't love the first one, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on hold for a little bit. Finished Battle of the Labyrinth by... not by Percy Jackson, about Percy Jackson. Very, very good. The series just keeps getting better and better. Introducing new characters and making them compelling and interesting. Stakes are high because people die. And it's not one of those kids' books where, they just get put in prison or whatever. People actually die in this series, and it's pretty intense. I'm trying to think what else I finished this week. So went on a trip last Saturday with my mom and my 2 children, and we listened to 2 books on Audible. They were free on Audible. They may be for everybody, at least with my subscription they were. It was Zero G by Dan Wells and Dragon Planet, the sequel. Probably about 9 hours total in audiobook. So that tells you how long we were on the road. Quite a long trip. We went up to her house in the mountains and helped fix bears had been attacking her trash cans. I'll show you some pictures here real quick. So there's some boxes built and she needs some help with that. And then she had a washer and dryer that was kind of on its last legs. And so she was buying a new set. She actually rents that house out. Kind of an Airbnb kind of thing, but not with Airbnb. She's got a company she uses. And so we went up there, we listened to those two books. They were good. I enjoyed them quite a bit. It was a good time, good spending time with my mom and the kids. And my wife had a whole day of, I think we left at 8 a.m. and we made it home at 8:30 p.m. We were just, it took forever to get up there. I mean, I feel like we drove around the whole state of Georgia. But it was a fun time just spending time with mom. And then she went back and read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She listened to an audiobook like I did. If you have a hard time reading this book, do the audiobook. The audiobook is great. I just posted the video for this one. I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but I'll link it. The book was great. The movie was okay. Jack Nicholson is really the reason that the movie is even very good. If he wasn't in it, it'd probably just be average. But I really enjoyed this book, and I'm glad I got a good conversation with my mom about what she enjoyed in that book as well. Other new things with the channel, got a new light, enjoying this. Got a new desk, it's sitting in front of me. But the way that it's set up, I actually am going to return this one. I don't like it. So I've bought another desk. So when you look on Amazon, you go, I want an L-shaped desk, because, you know, my basement down here is huge and it's unfinished. So I was like, we have a sectional over here, and then I wanted an L-shaped desk, kind of to make it into feel like two different rooms, right? So this would be my office, and then my wife was going to join me. She's becoming a travel agent in April, and she's going to do a lot of travel related stuff. So she's going to need her space. So I'd have my computer, she'd have her computer. We'd have the sectional over here. That'd be the kids' room, the playroom. Maybe add a couple bookshelves, whatever. I really want to. There's a window here that I want to turn into a door. To go out the back door, because our dog's getting older and steps are tough on her. So if she slept down here, I could let her in and out this door. That'd be nice. And so just kind of wanted to do that. And then so I was looking L-shaped desk. That's what I wanted. I wanted to fill out this room, kind of make it two separate rooms. I already said that. But this is like a V. It's 55 inches by 55 inches. And this guy, not paying attention to the description on Amazon, ordered this desk. So I added a file cabinet. Still don't like it. I've got the new desk coming. It's 35 by 62 or something like that, and I'm hoping that's going to be exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to return this one. I feel bad about it because there's nothing wrong with the desk. It's actually really well made. I'll put a link in the description to kind of show you what I'm looking at, the two different desks. Maybe I'll but yeah, it's really well made. I like it a lot. If you are if I turned around and put it in the corner, it fit perfectly there. It'd be exactly what people were looking for. Great quality. I like it. I do. It's just not the dimensions I was hoping for. And when you want something and then you look at it and you go, this is not what I want, you're like, gosh, man. And the lights. This is like a big, soft cover light. It's got a ginormous bulb in it. I could pull out the other one. It came with two of them. There's Amazon as well. But yeah, just trying to make some improvements with the channel. I'm looking at a new Canon camera that I'll probably get. What is it, the M50? Probably a couple $100. I'm going to save up some money, probably do $50-$60 a week. And then really been looking through my stock portfolio because of the whole GameStop debacle. Made me think. So I always have thought options were a bad idea. And so looking at this, the call option, I don't know if you guys have really looked at what call options are, and if you do anything with investing. I just started investing a couple years ago. I had $100, and I said, all right, I'm going to do $100 a week, put it in this account, and I'm going to pick stocks that I like, do dividend investing, so eventually it'll pay me. They pay a percentage of their profit back to the stockholder. That sounds good. That's what Warren Buffett does, and that man knows what he's talking about. And so I wanted a stock portfolio that was safe, that was comfortable. Basically, even if I did nothing, it would pay me, right? That's the idea that I'm going with. I've in 2 years, I've taken it from $100 to $7,000. Done pretty well with it. You know, I'm a very, very amateur person in stocks, and I didn't have any GameStop at all. I did not. I don't mess with that. I don't play with that. I tried options trading right at the beginning, and it was like basically the idea. And what happened with GameStop was you have a person that owns some stock, and so you promise to buy that stock at a price, and you're taking a bet on whether or not that stock will go up or down. So basically what you're doing is you're saying, I want to buy this stock at a price, and hopefully this price goes down so that when I buy it, I actually buy it for cheaper, but I'm still going to sell it to you to the price that I said. So if you're buying, like GameStop at the time was like $5, and I think everybody was expecting it to go down. So you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I'm going to buy this stock at like $5, and then you're hoping that it goes down to like $3, right? Or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. So when you go in, and then a bunch of people started buying the stock because they realized that these things were happening. Like GameStop was like the most put upon by these stock people. I'm not a stock person, so my description's not great. But so what they did is they started buying it, and then that created the stock to go up. So people started freaking out. So they had to buy to get out. So they were buying the stock at a higher price. Then that made this price go up again. So this was a stock that was like $5, and then it's currently at like $365 because to get out of it, to go from having the problem, they had to go to and buy it to get rid of the problem. It's complicated. It is one of those things where like I've watched a bunch of videos on it this week, and then I've started watching Rick and Morty, so like my reading has been down. Really having a hard time physically reading books right now. I've got a bit of a headache. We spent a bunch of time at IKEA today. We went down to Atlanta and went to IKEA, and that was fun. I don't go down there very often. Probably the last time we went was 3-4 years ago. And that place is cool. Like, it really is. We did a bunch of looking at like cabinets. We want to redo our kitchen, and then the kids looking at their bunk beds are kind of beat up, and they're getting older. They're young kid bunk beds, and like I want to get him like a bunk bed with a desk underneath it, and she looking at like taking her out of a bunk bed, putting her back near the ground again. So just looking at a bunch of stuff like that, and went around, but it gave me quite a bit of a headache today. Went to the gym, that was a lot of fun. Enjoyed that quite a bit. So it's been a fun day, but I just could not keep up with my TBR. I just had a hard time getting my TBR thoughts in order. I mean, this video is probably kind of scatterbrained as well. So I will talk to you guys in the next couple of days. Probably do the TBR video on Wednesday. So I will see you. Bye. I'm out. See ya. Go!
Goodbye.